Welcome back to Finger Lakes today. We have a guest with us. This is Danielle Schneider. She works for the Cayuga County Office for the Aging. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Thank you so much for being here on this Thanksgiving Eve.
Yeah.
So first things first, tell us about yourself. Who are you and what do you do?
So, my name is Danielle, and I am the caregiver coordinator at Cayuga County Office for the Aging. I have been there about 4.5 years now. My primary role is to support informal caregivers in their role, which is an invaluable job that they do. They support their loved ones day in and day out. So my job as the caregiver coordinator is to provide resources, education, and support. Yeah.
And so do you like what you do and why?
I love what I do. It's very gratifying, I will tell you, because I get really the joy of working with not only the caregiver, but also the care partner. And what's really gratifying for me is meeting a caregiver at first when they may not be in the best place. They may be really stressed and overwhelmed, and their loved one just got out of the hospital. But then working with them over time and seeing them access respite and get support and education and then watching them flourish is so gratifying for me. So that's what I really love about the job, and meeting people where they're at, and accepting that everybody has tough dynamics, and I'm just here to support them in whatever capacity I can.
That sounds wonderful. And what is National Family Caregivers Month?
Good question. So National Family Caregivers Month is a time specially designed for caregivers to really honor, educate, raise awareness about caregiver support and services available to informal caregivers. We know that caregivers have trouble identifying themselves as caregivers. And so part of the month is really recognizing that caregivers are important. If you are stopping in and checking in with a loved one, picking up their medications, helping with their personal care needs, bringing them to church, you're a caregiver, and there's support and there's services and there's resources out there for you.
And why do they need support now kind of more than ever?
So the COVID pandemic, which was tough on all of us, really exacerbated the need for caregiver support. Unfortunately, whereas some of the world has kind of come back into the swing of things, a lot of our services have not. And so the home care shortage has really affected our ability to provide respite to caregivers. There's huge levels of loneliness and social isolation. We know that caregivers, when they lack support, they're more at risk of being hospitalized, and we know, unfortunately, they're even more at risk of death over their care partners. So the need for support, is so great for them.
And so that's kind of why this year you wanted to focus on the wellness of the caregivers, and you kind of, I think it was sort of your brainchild, right? You came up with an idea of a special event that is going to be a little bit different this year. Can you tell us about it?
It is, and I'm really excited because so myself and my colleague Janet Taylor really kind of collaborated on this effort and wanted to provide a wellness day for caregivers. In the past, we would do like a fall caregiver workshop, which would really provide like some professional education, and we would have a lot of experts come and talk, and it was more information and education. Whereas this year, we're really focusing on the idea of wellness. And so we have 3 different people coming. Crystal Gal Pilot, who is with Crystal Clear Health and Wellness, Linda Galbato, who is the owner of Pure Moon Yoga, and Alexis Pierce, who is like a life coach and a specialist and the founder of what's called Becoming You University. And what's really cool about it is we're going to focus on like very practical self-care tips for caregivers that are useful and realistic. We know caregivers are limited on time. We know that.
Yes.
And so that's where I'm really excited to bring things that they can do within their day, within 10 minutes a day, that's very feasible and reachable and really focuses on that self-care model.
Not gonna lie, I kind of want to go to that. It sounds like a great event, and it's just kind of doing something a little bit different.
It is. I'm excited. I'm really excited. I'm especially excited. Crystal's going to be doing like a sound healing meditation, and so that's really I'm really intrigued by that.
Me too.
So I'm really looking forward to it.
Wonderful. And so when is the event? If you could just let people know the time, date, and who is welcome to attend.
Absolutely. So the event is Wednesday, November 30th. which is next Wednesday, from 9 o'clock to 1 p.m. at the Hilton Garden Inn, which is 74 State Street. We have plenty of room for informal caregivers to register, so we just ask that you're caring for someone, whether that be a friend, family member, neighbor, church member, and you're welcome to attend. We're also offering a free breakfast and a couple little goodie bags that caregivers will take home. So
wonderful. Danielle, thank you so much for being here. We are going to take a quick break and we will be right back.